What's happening, y'all? This is Teece coming at you on Wednesday, June the 15th. We have two games on the slate left on the slate for today, and just had a game end about an hour ago. We had the Aces and the Wings. The Aces went into Dallas and covered the spread that 192 to 84. And the worst part about this is they actually went over the total by a half a point. So I ended up getting screwed there. 1-1 on the day. I took the Dallas Wings first half plus 5.5, plus 4.5, and that covered. So I was off to a good start until that total went over by a half point and made me want to go outside and scream at somebody. But anyway, so we got two games left. What we're going to do is we are going to break down the Sun and the Dream first. And the line for the Sun and the Dream is Sun are 10.5, minus 10.5 now. That line's going up about 2 points in the past couple hours. And the total is 157.5 now. This is an interesting game. We get to see Ryan Howard go against the Sun. The Sun have been pretty dominant lately, really putting up some big numbers. And I'm kind of curious on how this Sun offense, actually how this Dream defense does against this Sun offense. So this is a game where I personally I have the Sun. I got the Sun at minus 5.5 for the first half, and I took them at 8.5 for the full game early this morning. So that's where I stand. What's happening, Nick Snizzle, my man? How you doing, brother? G Martinez, good to see you out here today. Love seeing everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. And if you got any questions or anything, feel free to type them in, and we'll get to any comments or questions you guys have about the games. T-Mac, good to see you, brother. You got the Mercury money line and Connecticut first half under 78. You know what? I like that. I like that under 78. As far as the Mercury go, we'll get to that game in a minute. But let's talk about the Connecticut first half under 78. Being that they are playing the Dream, that total is, I like it. I'm not positive about the full game just because Connecticut could turn it on and ended up putting up 90 or even 100 against this Dream team. I mean, 100's not far-fetched. I would think it's going to be a little tough for them, considering the Dream do play good defense, and the Dream are currently, they were first had a defensive rating of first in the league last week, and right now they are, let's take a look. Their defensive rating is still first. So, and another thing with the Dream is they are averaging oh man, this is that stat I tried to bring up last week. And I wrote it down and I don't have my notes in front of me. But let's put it this way. They're good at the Dream have a really good defense. We'll just leave it at that. And the Sun are ranked 6th. They have a defensive rating of 97.6, which is good for 6th in the league. And let's look at their offensive rating. The Sun offensive rating, even after all these points that they've been able to put up after falling behind on that past road trip there and being able to come back and win these games, which I still think was just amazing by this team. And they really made me open my eyes a little bit, because I was fading them the last couple games, and they just made me look bad, made me lose money. But they're 6th in pace, and the Dream are 3rd in pace. So I'm really curious to how this game goes. I was afraid to take the full game because I honestly think it's going to go over this number. 157.5. It's all going to depend on the Dream. If the Dream can get their number, the Sun are going to get their number. So it's just a matter of, are the Dream going to get theirs? I look at this game and I see it like 86 to, I'd say 62, something like that, and that doesn't get us there. But I really don't know what to go with this full game total. So that's why I'm off. That's why I'm off it. But if I was to take it, I would kind of take the over, even though my numbers are saying the under. Something about this game just makes me think over. Let's take a look at the chat, see what we got going on. Chris Martinez, what's going on, brother? What up? What about that second half from the Aces? Oh yeah, the Aces. I knew that was going to come. I didn't put money on it just because the Wings are that team that they can hang, but without Sabali, her being out, that kind of that made me think twice about taking the Wings full game, and I stayed off. I liked them first half; they covered for us, and this is one of those times where I wish I had taken the money line, but I'm not even going to say that because the Wings have burnt me on the money line a couple times already. So I'm happy with the points. I'm happy to get the cash on that first half. T-Mac, both teams after a loss will be ready on the defense end. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's another reason why I'm liking the Sun so much, because that the Sun coming off a loss, they're gonna come in and they're at home, they're gonna flex on the Dream, and it's up to Tanisha Wright to get her team ready to play defensively and see if she can slow down this Sun offense. James, what's up, my guy? Yes, sir. Please get the likes up. I like that. Nasty Nate, what's good, brother? I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow. I know you are too. I'm taking the Celtics first half, brother. But that's as far as I go with NBA. I don't have much luck after the first quarter. Sorry, first quarter, not first half. But Celtics first quarter tomorrow. Let me see here. Any other first halves I like today? Yes, there are. I like the Sun first half in this game at 5.5. And to be honest with you, and I'm actually thinking about this right now. The Dream, taking the Dream in the first quarter. Let's see what the line is for the first quarter spread here, because I'd be curious on this. And if there was any spot that I'm going to take the Dream in this game, it would be the first quarter. But you're going to have to give me a nice number for me to take that, just because of the fact that Sun coming off of a loss, I expect them to be ready to go, and they they're going to be ready to go. So, and the first quarter line, or first quarter spread on this game is 3. So 3 points. That's something that I'm going to think about. It's at -105. So, probably, to get a 110, we're probably looking at 3.5, and that might just be too low for me. But the total at over under 39.5 for the first quarter, that's something that I would go with the under on, in all honesty. And I might get there with that. But like every other day, I will tweet my plays out that I end up getting on and have them for you guys to take a look at and tail if you want. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Dream gave up 90 last game. You're right there. You're right there, Mr. Martinez. They ended up, but it was against the Mercury. The Mercury fast-paced team, and when the Mercury come to play, they can put the points up, and so I take that with a grain of salt. But the Mercury aren't the Sun, and I could see the Sun putting up that many points too, which is another reason why I'm off of this total. So, yes, James, I am taking the Sun minus five. I got it at 5.5 for the first half. And Wine Time Sports, you're welcome, bro. Hopefully we can catch some today. James, any thoughts on the last game, Mercury versus Fever? Yeah, I'm going to get to that, brother. Let's finish this game up here. This is a game where I'm curious to see how Ryan Howard plays against his son and how the son D's her up. The last couple games, Ryan Howard hasn't gotten the points that she was getting the first few weeks of the season. And I think the teams, but she's also went against better defenses, in the Mercury and now the Sun and the Storm, and the Sky. So these teams are starting to key on Ryan Howard. So I'm curious to see how Tanisha Wright, how she puts together an offensive plan to be able to free Ryan Howard up, or will she allow Ryan Howard to get double teamed, possibly triple teamed, and hopefully open up the rest of that offense. The dream. I don't know. I really can't see them competing in this game, so I don't really see anything more interesting that I'm going to jump on other than Connecticut first half, 5.5, and the 8.5 that I got earlier this morning with the Sun full game. And to be honest with you, 10.5 is a little high of a number. Of course, I don't want to recommend taking a play that I'm not going to be on, but I don't see a reason why the Sun can't cover the 10.5. And as far as the first half over, I agree. First half under, I agree. And that number right now is at, let's take a look where that first half total's at right now. Sorry about that. It's at 80.5 right now. So I like the under. And I may get there. It's really juiced out at 130. So but you don't pay the juice if it if it hits. But at the same time, the Sun are capable of putting up 50 points in the half. So anyway, if you guys don't have anything else on this game, we can move on to the next one. Let me take a look at the comments here. Martinez, first half, like it good. James Ross, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you here. Thank you for showing up. T-Mac, like first half, 5.5, but thought it was too high. You know what? It's really not with the Sun. Unless the Dream really come out with something that something that something I haven't seen with them, as far as an offense that I haven't seen with them. And let me take a look for Erica Wheeler there for you, and we'll see what's going on with that. I didn't see anything on her, so let me just double check before we move on here. And we have, all right, for the Dream, Tiffany Hayes is out still, and Erica Wheeler is still a game time decision. Let me check one more site here that I like to use. I like to use RotoWire and Covers, and the Dream on Covers, they have Erica Wheeler questionable. So, we'll have to see what happens there. Now, as far as the Sun go, I don't think the Sun have anybody missing that we're going to really need to talk about. So, no, the Sun are good to go. Other than the injuries that for Jasmine Thomas, and we know that she's not going to come back, so I don't even talk about that. And Kiara Smith out for the season. Okay, so let's move on. And James, you like the Mercury -1 today, but are their legs going to be tired? Yeah, that's a good question. And that's why on this next game here, we're talking about the Fever and and the Mercury. The Mercury are coming in after a game last night, getting tore up by the Mystics after an overtime win on Sunday. So that's a good question about the Mercury. You're talking 3 games in 3 days, and they're playing a fast. This is going to be a fast-paced game. I mean, the Fever are fast-paced. They're second in pace, and the Mercury are fourth in pace. So I expect the pace to be there, and I expect points to be had because neither of these teams are defensive powerhouses. The Mercury have a defensive rating of 106.1, and that's good for ninth in the league. And the Fever 107, and that's good for 11th in the league. So with this game, the total at 168.5, I can't look any way but over. And what I took that game over at 167.5, and that's all I did on the full game. For the first half, though, I took the Fever money line, and I got that at plus 105 before that spread flipped when the Mercury were favored. I took it at 105, plus 105 for the Fever, and I still like it even with the Fever giving up points here in the for the first half. I believe they're giving up. I believe they're giving up a half a point, but let me just double check that for you guys, and just to make sure that we're all on the same page here. First half spread is a half point. You can get that at FanDuel at minus 105, but the Mercury's juiced at 115 for that to plus half point. Let's take a look at what you guys are saying here. Brian Stevens, new sub here. Hello, happy to be here. That was a long 5 minutes. Brian, good. I'm glad you're here, man. I do ramble a little bit, and sorry about that, but maybe I like to hear myself talk. I don't know. But Danny Lopez, what's going on, Danny, my guy? Good to see you in here today. So anyway, let's get back to the Fever Mercury. I'm on the Fever first half, and the over first half, and the over I got is, let me take a look at my ticket real quick here. I'll tell you exactly what I got on the total. I have a lot of tickets today. So Indiana Fever, I got 82.5. So I'm on the Fever plus 105 and 82.5 over. And the full game at 167.5. And I'm I'm looking at this Aces Dallas Wings ticket at 175 and or 176, and it disgusts me, or 175.5, whatever it is, and it really disgusts me. But this Wings first half makes me happy. And I also have the Fever Mercury straight at 168.5. So that's where I stand with this game, and I'm probably going to go on the money line Fever. I haven't decided yet, but what I'll probably end up doing is waiting to see how this game, how the Mercury look, and just make a decision there if I'm going to jump on the full game. I should be able to tell how the Mercury are looking, if they're looking tired, so we'll see from there. Now, as far as the injury report for the Fever, we have Lexi Hull, and she is, oh goodness gracious, Lexi Hull's questionable for today. Now, what I'm really wondering is if Kayla Pointer plays today. They signed her earlier this week, and I'm really curious if they throw her to the Wolves, or they give her a couple practices before they put her in the lineup. And if they put her in the lineup tonight, if they don't put her in the lineup tonight, she'll most likely play on excuse me, on Sunday when they play the Sky, which that's seems about right. So we'll see. We'll see if she gets in the game tonight. And for the Mercury on their injury, we have Sophie Cunningham. Is she going to play? She didn't play against the Mystics last time. And if Sophie Cunningham does not play tonight, I think that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt the Mercury. So I like Sophie Cunningham. She's a good piece of that offense, and the okay, she's out. Sophie Cunningham is out, so that right there, and Kia Nurse is out, so that right there just really makes me want to take the Liberty. I mean the Fever full game. So we'll see where I end up there. Ron Walsek, Cast Fever first half team total over 41 last game. You said you might play on them again tonight. Yes, I may. I'm on them first half money line, so we'll see what that team total gets to. Brian Stevens, it's good Teece, pretty new to WNBA betting. Talk lots, please. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that with me. Chris Martinez, Mercury might be tired after last night in travel. I agree with you there. Sophie's going to be out a few weeks. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Always with the good info, and I appreciate that. And that's not good for the Mercury because we'll see how this game plays out. But I'm going to take a stab in the dark here and say that Diana Taurasi does not score more than 8 points tonight. I think Diana Taurasi is not the player she used to be, and she's shown that these past few games. And she might be a candidate for the old NBA time management. So we'll see. I really wish I could get player props. So I'm curious to think what your guys' thoughts are on me saying that Sophie Cunningham, I'm giving her an over/under of 8 points tonight. I'd like to hear what you guys think about that. Now, as far as the Mercury go, like I said, I'm going to play them live if I decide to take them, but I really don't see myself taking the Mercury in any shape, form, or fashion tonight. If for me, it's the Fever or go home. And like I said, first half I have them money line and the first half over, and I have the full game over. And we have one game tomorrow, and that game is the Mystics and the Liberty. So that's going to be a good one. So we'll talk about that game tomorrow, and keep an eye out on my Twitter page. I don't know if I'll tweet out a play before the show. Like usually I'll tweet out, I'll pick a game and I'll tweet out a play and then put a video up on who banging. But being that there's one game, I don't know if I'll do that. But I may get there, because if I do that, then why are you watching We Got Next? I need you here. I need to see you guys every day. So we'll see where that where we land on that game tonight. So keep an eye out, keep checking my page, and if I do put a play out tonight, it won't be till probably early morning, because like I said, I don't post any plays that I don't actually bet on. So when I post them, I've got my money on it already. And if I do post a play, I will do a play. I don't know if I'll do a video for it on who banging, just because we have this show here, and this We Got Next is a priority for me and for Pub Sports Radio. So I don't want to be putting videos out elsewhere when we have this great show here and there's only one game on. So anyway, if you guys don't have anything else to say, I just want to tell you I appreciate you all coming out. And James, Liberty found a point guard. Yeah, they did. They did. And she's good. I love her. I think she's awesome. She reminds me of Magic Johnson a little bit, to be honest with you. The pass she made last game just made me clear my eyes. But Brian Stevens, you're welcome, brother. And G Martinez, it's nice to have that who banging for early Aces game though. Yes, you're right. And I wanted to make sure that I got something out for you guys. So I'm glad you were able to watch that. And if anybody else doesn't know, when we have more than one game on the slate, I will put a video out on Who Banging Sports Talk on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe that, and make sure you like and subscribe Pub Sports Radio here with we got next. The likes and subscriptions are important to all of us that work here for Pub Sports Radio. So you'd be helping us out a lot. Jennifer, how are you today? There are people in sports capping community that think the Fever win today. Well, guess what, Jennifer? I'm one of those people. And I was on that when they were catching points last night. So I would be on the side of the people that say they are, or that the Fever win. But at the same time, I know other cappers that are on the Mercury, or at least say they're on the Mercury. They may not have taken it, but if they're going to take it, they'll be on the Mercury, and I can't get there myself. Leroy Teece, what you think? I have Sun money line and under, and Fever money line and over. I like it, but you will never, ever, ever find me on a money line that's 650. Never. So, but I mean, I can see where you're coming from, 10.5. But if that's the case, if you're willing to, if you're afraid of taking the 10.5, go to church. It's the Connecticut Sun. So that's where I stand on that. But also, if you're afraid of that high of a number, I don't even want to say afraid. If you don't want to lay that high of a number, do the first half. Connecticut's a good first half team. And, like I said, I was thinking about the Dream first quarter, because if the Dream are going to be in this half, it's going to be in that first quarter. But 3 is a small number when you're playing against this Sun and this Sun offense that can just drop 10 points in a matter of a couple minutes, and that's just something that I'm not comfortable with right now, but I may get there. Jennifer, maybe first half to win, but not full game, just because they beat an injury-riddled Lynx. I see what you're saying, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. But like I said earlier, I haven't gotten their full game with the Fever yet, but I may. I mean, if I do go full game, it's going to be with the Fever. And like I said, I will tweet that out if I make that right, if I make that call. And Nancy Nate's on the Celtics trifecta. I would not even think of anything less than that, Nate. If you told me that you weren't on the Celtics trifecta, I would I'd get up, tear my clothes off, and run outside naked. And trust me, my neighbors don't want to see that. Jennifer, I bet aces and over today, but people called me crazy because I didn't bet the other side and under. Well, why? I mean, why? I don't understand. I wouldn't call you crazy on that, even though I took the under full game, but I missed it by half a point, and that's just the way the basketball bounces. I was on the wings the first half, and I liked that. And the only reason I didn't take the aces was just because the Wings are that team that can play you tight. And being that it was an early start, I just wasn't comfortable taking the aces. But at halftime, I actually thought really hard about taking the aces second half, but I just didn't want to go there. I wanted to keep the money that I won and see where that total landed, and I ended up down $10 for the day so far. Let me look at a couple more comments, and then we're going to get out of here. Quincy Scott, first half, yes. Fever, yes. I'm on the money line at plus 105, but you can get the minus half point, and I'd be cool with that. If I didn't have that plus 105 before that line flipped, I would be on that. And the money line now is 130. So yeah, I would definitely take the minus half a point at FanDuel. You can get it at minus 105, which is it's a bargain. So, but at the same time, if the Mercury decide to play and can keep up in this game, it's going to be the first half. Just so you know, the Mercury. The first half is where the Mercury are going to play. But then again, I can see them second half going down to half and second half coming on. Like I said, this is something that I'm going to watch the first half, see what happens, and I'll probably live bet it. Jennifer, this is a Governor's Cup championship, roughly 500,000 a stake for the winner. Yes, you're right. And it's speaking of the the Commissioner's Cup, Governor's Cup, whatever you want to call it. The championship game is the last week of July. I think it's July 24th, and we will be doing a Commissioner's Cup, Governor's Cup special here at Pub Sports Radio on We Got Next, and also in July, the first or second week of, I want to say July 6th, but I'm not positive, is the All-Star game, and I'll be doing a special for the All-Star game as well. So just to keep that in mind. And one more comment. Tori just came. What's the play? All right, let me run down the plays that I'm on today. I am on the Sun first half, minus 5.5. I also took the Sun full game, minus 8.5. I took the first half over. Hold on. Did I take the first half over in that game? No, I didn't take the first half total at all. So they're the two plays that I'm on that game, and I am actually I don't think I'm going to touch the total, but I do want to look at my tickets real quick because I can't remember if I took the first half total on this game. I don't think I did, but if I did, I would take the over first half, to be honest with you. But I really don't think I did. Yeah, I'm rolling through a bunch of tickets here. I played a lot of games today. Well, I made a lot of plays, not a lot of games because we only had 3 games. All right, Phoenix. Oh, yeah, I don't have a first half play on the total. So that's what I have on that game. And then the Phoenix, the Mercury and the Fever, I have the Fever first half money line at plus 105. That plus money is long gone now. And the line flipped. So you have the Fever minus a half point. And you can get that at FanDuel at minus 105. And the total is for the first half total in that game. I took the over at 82.5, and I believe it's at 83.5 now. And I would still like that. And I am on the total full game for the Mercury and Fever at 167.5. And I believe that's 168.5, and I would still like that. JPZ, my guy, man. Yo, bro, that post on Twitter was fire. Straight fire, man. I loved it. Real Deal Prime, appreciate you being here. All right, y'all, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming out, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, we follow Pub Hub tomorrow, NBA Pub Hub, so we're probably looking at a 4:30 to between 4:30 and 4:40, 4:35, somewhere around there. Whenever NBA Pub Hub ends, we will start here. So thank you for coming out, and please do me a favor, bet responsibly. Don't bet above your means. The last thing I want is anybody to get themselves in a financial bind. And G Martinez, you're welcome. Everybody else, salute, and